As odds, so today we're going to talk about Destined Rivals. Pre-release events happened just recently, so some cards have been pulled, especially some Destined Rivals Sirs. And yeah, we're going to take a look at them today to see how the pricings are going. And yeah, so if you go to eBay, you search for Destined Rivals Sir, SIR, you'll be able to see some listings. So we have the Motris that's going on auction. Buy it now, price of 544. I personally think that's way too high for this particular card and its artwork. And no bids so far. 100. Okay, there's a bid on this SRR. Yeah, this wasn't a great card, I told you. So I mentioned before I wasn't a fan of this artwork. So not sure how this one would end up with towards the end of the auction. There's still 4 days to go on this one. Nido King 209, I think that's somewhat reasonable for a first day or second day card, but after more and more cards are pulled, I don't think it will hold 209. It will go below $200 very soon. Ethan's Hoa 429 seems reasonable for initially, but I think it's gonna go towards the $200 mark or below 200. So Nido King, we have another one listed for 199 or so already. People are saying it's lower. 322, 500, 10 watches, 55 watches. Well, Destined Rivals Mewtwo SRR 1461, definitely way too high. But I think he's just taking his chance or her chance. This card would probably start off with first days. You don't know if people really want it. They FOMO into it. Yes, they'll pay this $1,000 for the first few days, just so they can get the first graded version of this card. But other than that, I don't think this card is going to do 1,400 over the short term. It's definitely not Umbreon. I think realistically over the short term, it's going to be between 400 and 500 initially upon release, and then it's going to make its way down towards the $300 mark in the short term. And then over time, yes, as reprints are done, then this card can then come up again. But short term, release 400 to 500 and then towards 300. Yeah, Crobat. This card was better than I expected in English. At 211, it seems reasonable, but I think it's not going to hold that 200 mark upon release. It's probably going to be around the $100 card towards the short term. Cynthia's got Chomp, yeah, so as I mentioned that Cynthia's got Chomp, Mewtwo SRR would probably be the top 2 cards, most expensive wise. Ethan's Hoa will probably be number 3, and then these other ones. Yes, yeah, this one I don't even know why this is an SIR. This will probably be the second worst SIR. I think there's another Fly, that was another SIR. Okay, but anyways, all this is only speculation right now. Let's take a look at what's actually being sold. So here we have Team Rocket's Nido King, which was sold for, well, it was listed for 285. It was sold for something lower. I don't know how you check that actual sold price. The Crobat sold for $232, which is quite nice, but it's pre-release, you know, so supply is extremely small. So upon release, I think this will go to $100 price. So almost taking a 50% haircut. Destined Rivals Team Rocket sold for $849.99. It was auction and there was one bid only. So yeah, I think that's why I think upon release on the 30th of May, we're gonna see this drop all the way to 400. And in the short term, it's probably gonna sit in that $300 mark, might even be below 300. And then slowly make its way back up once supply is done. Okay, yeah, that's really what I see. I'm actually quite surprised about how well this set is doing. But again, this is pre-release day, so it's very difficult to gauge at the moment. I seriously doubt that this card would hold the $400 mark once release happens. It will start off probably between 400 and 500 upon release, 30th of May. But after that, it's gonna be like Surgeon Sparks, where the singles are just pulled every single day and it just drops a lot in prices. But in terms of allocation locally, I can say that allocations has been quite bad, so I was not able to get my allocation. I entered some pre-orders, but I was only able to get a very small fraction of what I'm getting. And I'm probably gonna open some packs and then see how it goes. There probably is gonna be some reprints still coming into our place. So yeah, I might still pick up some products, but firstly I have to see how the market does. Because yeah, as I said, this is, in my opinion, this is probably a strong B tier set, maybe a low A tier set in my view. So long term, I still think Prismatic Evolutions is going to still be the best out of all the Scarlet and Violet era sets, and this is, it's probably just going to be slightly better than Surgeon Sparks. Okay, that's my take. Catch you next one.